What's up, everybody? You got the Razman coming at you, here with another video. Yes, I know, same shirt back-to-back days, but that's okay because I wore a different one last night. I had to, of course, continue the high and the celebration today. The Buckeyes are college football national champions. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, let's get back to business. And I'm very, very excited because today marks the return of one of my favorite video series to do, because our partner in the series finally came up with topics for us to do, which reminds me that I will talk to her personally at the end of this one to let her know about something that I've left for her in comments that she just may not have seen, that might make this process easier to do this more frequently. But yes, FKVlogs Ask is back today on the Razman's Reality. Yes, indeed, it's back. So first up, we have the question from Frankie that was, is this wonderful Disney classic, The Lion King, overrated? And all I have to say to that is, I think you probably knew what your answer was when you asked that question, but I applaud you for trying to think outside of the box and trying to think that maybe this was one of those films that got way too much hype. But you mentioned during your video on this subject that 5 minutes into it you realized, or maybe you said 10 minutes, I'm not entirely sure which one you said. I think it was 10 actually, but you said somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes into it you realized how much you love this movie. And so that's my answer. No, absolutely it's not overrated. How can you not love this movie? This movie, of course, tells the story of Simba, who has to rise up and take the kingdom from his father, the Lion King Mufasa, who is killed by his brother Scar. It's the Disney adaptation of the Shakespeare play Hamlet. The music, the acting, the emotion, just everything about this is such a beautiful cinematic masterpiece. I've done a full review on this in the past, so I won't go too much more into it. I don't know a single person on the planet who hasn't seen The Lion King, but if you haven't, see it. It's amazing. Yes, it's the furthest thing from overrated that there could possibly be. Now next up, Frankie asked us to name our top 5 favorite child stars. The problem for me is I got all psyched up. I think it's been 2 days now, maybe 3, since she put up that video, and I took the time, got all psyched up. I was like, yes, I've got the most awesome list ever. But then I realized that one of the people was over 18. And I tried to come up with 2 people to replace 2 of the people on this list that were under 18. But the truth is, I don't like talking about things in video episodes unless I'm sure that my opinion is my opinion. Like, I don't have a bit of a problem being influenced by my friends' opinions since the start of the Recommends series, which begins tomorrow. Like, if my friends recommend me to check out something, if I have the means, I will check out something. But I'm not going to be swayed by their opinion one way or another. Like, that's what I'm trying to say, is that when it comes to reviews, I like to do my own thing. So my point is that I ended up with this realizing that I just have not seen enough films from young stars that are under 25 for me to be able to under 18, sorry, for me to be able to give a comprehensive list. So we've changed it up a bit, even though the thumbnail / annotation there says top 5 child stars. I am going to be talking about top 5 young stars under the age of 25, because it was the only way that I felt I could fairly do this list. I did email Frankie and ask her if this was okay. Unfortunately, she didn't see the email, so hopefully she thinks this is okay and finds it entertaining, because we wouldn't be doing this series without her friendship and her support. So here we go. At number 5, I have Ronan. I always mess up how to say her name, but you all are going to know her from Winter's Bone and from Hannah. And she was also in a great film that I absolutely love called I Could Never Be Your Woman. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. But yeah, I think that she's just a phenomenal actress, has a tremendous ability to carry herself on screen, and it's just a joy to watch. At number 4, we have Charlie himself from The Amazing Perks of Being a Wallflower, the one and only Logan Lerman. Most of you know how much this story affected me and my life, how closely I related to this with a physical condition, the same way that The Fault in Our Stars affected me, and why it's still driving me crazy and such a travesty that I don't own that film or book yet after seeing that film and realizing what an amazing story that was. But yes, The Perks of Being a Wallflower came before The Fault in Our Stars and had the same impact on me, and ever since I saw Perks of Being a Wallflower, I have just gravitated to getting my hands on almost everything I could that Logan Lerman's ever done, and he's just amazing. I think Perks of Being a Wallflower hopefully will get him to that next level where he gets cast alongside some major stars, because I think he deserves it, and I think he's a future staple in Hollywood. So that's number 4, Logan Lerman. Sorry for any angle change whatsoever there at all. The texting noise went off, which is also the notification noise on my Android, so I thought perhaps it was Frankie answering my email, but it was not. It was just a Facebook private message as well as a text from my mom, so it's actually a good thing I heard it and checked it so my mom didn't get worried. But anyway, moving on with the list, we have at number 3 the amazing Elle Fanning. I mean, what else can I say about Ella? She has outshined her sister Dakota in every way possible in my mind already. Just absolutely stole the show. I think she had a better performance in Maleficent than Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie was magnificent, and without Angelina Jolie's role in that movie, you could not nearly enjoy that movie. That movie would be unwatchable without a powerful quote-unquote lead in that film. But as a co-lead in this film, Elle Fanning is just amazing as Aurora. And again, that film is so high on the short list of single films that I don't own, that's driving me crazy, that I need to own. Just amazing story, and Ella is amazing, and I really, really want to see Phoebe in Wonderland now, knowing that she's in that from Frankie's recent videos and reviews that she's done talking about that film. I really want to see that now. And of course, she was also, what else was she in that I can't remember right now? Oh, We Bought a Zoo. That's it. Yeah, We Bought a Zoo. She's in We Bought a Zoo. So yeah, Ella is just amazing. And honestly, if it wasn't for two other people on this list that are on this list because they meet the parameters, well, one would have met the original parameters at number 2, just barely, and the other meets the parameters, the new parameters of under 25 by 1 year, and I had to put her at number 1 and talk about her simply because of what she means to me and because it ties into my question, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. But yes, that is why Ella's at number 3, but yeah, she's amazing. So that's Elle Fanning at number 3. At number 2, it is Chloe Grace Moretz. I mean, I've just been absolutely in love with her. Who hasn't been absolutely in love with Chloe Grace Moretz since she burst on the screen as Hit Girl in the first Kick-Ass? I even love the second Kick-Ass. Really want to own it to make the collection complete. Long-time subscribers will know how into that film and into those comics I became when the film phenomenon hit. A friend of mine, Civilian Snowman on YouTube, who still does reviews but does them sporadically just because he's a busy guy in life now, but he still does great reviews, so check out his channel if you're not subscribed to him. But back when the first Kick-Ass came out, he did an awesome contest where he gave away the graphic novel and had us dress up like our own superhero and who we would be as a superhero. And I was the Wheeled Warrior. And unfortunately, for as much work as I put in to that outfit, I only came up with like a minute and a half, 2 minutes of stuff to actually say in the video. So it's one of the shortest videos I've done, but one of my favorite videos of all time on the old 720p flip camera. So if you've never seen that, go and check that out. I love that video and I love that outfit as the Wheel Warrior. But yeah, if it wasn't good enough that she was Hit Girl, then Chloe of course went on to be a co-star in Hugo, one of the best films about the art that is cinema from one of the all-time greatest artists of behind the lens creation of all time, Martin Scorsese. Just an amazing, amazing film if you've never seen it. And I've heard great things about Left Behind, although, or sorry, not Left Behind, I've got Left Behind on the brain because of how bad I want to see that, but Let Me In, and I've just never seen it because horror's not usually my thing, but I do want to check it out. And of course, recently there's If I Stay, which is very similar in tone and feel, I'm told, to both Perks of Being a Wallflower and The Fault in Our Stars, which we just got done talking about both of those. And you know how much I love those, so I really want to see If I Stay. So yeah, Chloe is just amazing. I mean, I've said it 100 times already, but yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz is a bright and shining star, and if it wasn't for the new parameters that I had to make for this list in order to fit some people in it that allowed my question to happen and allowed this number 1 star to happen, she would have been number 1, of course. But moving on, who is number 1? Who is the person that I keep talking about, and what is this question, and how does she tie into it? Well, if you know me, I know you figured it out by now. Look at the poster back there. Look at the fact that I own both the book and the film of Perks look at the fact that I've talked about ballet shoes, an independent film with some people. I mean, her filmography and her presence and her power just goes on and on and on. Who else could I be talking about but the incredible Hermione Granger herself, Sam herself, Emma Watson. Just the evidence of what under 25 can be and how much young stars are really shaping the future of cinema. I almost put Jennifer Lawrence on this list, but honestly I think she just turned 25. So if you're wondering why she's not on the list, my number one favorite actress at the moment, that's why, but everybody knows that Emma is right behind her at number 2. She is just amazing, and how she ties into my question is this, because she was responsible, Emma Watson was, for one of the greatest moments in my life, and a few people know about this that happened to be around when it actually happened to me, but I don't recall ever talking about this on camera, so I think this is the first time I've ever talked about this on camera before, so I know you all are going to love this story because most of you have never heard it. But I got the opportunity to have almost a 30-minute back and forth through replies conversation with Emma on Twitter. Yes, it was the most amazing thing ever. It was the most random thing ever. Emma was just having a regular night being herself, I guess, and just wanted to engage with her fans and wanted her fans to realize that she was a known person and for us to realize that she knows that we're normal people too that could actually be friends of hers. So she asked a question about what your favorite dessert is. And I tweeted back and I was like, ice cream. And then she was like, oh my god, ice cream. I love ice cream. That's my answer too. And we went off for close to 30 minutes. I kid you not. I'm pretty sure that I still have the proof of it, although I don't know how far back Twitter goes. So I may have lost it because these weren't private messages. Like obviously Emma Watson doesn't follow me and she probably would not even remember this conversation, but I swear on my life it happened, and the people that were there when it happened will vouch for me that it happened because I was talking to a couple of fellow YouTubers on Skype. I was talking to, I think, Blind Jimmy Jefferson as well as DJ Bob and possibly Civilian Snowman. I don't remember, but I remember talking to several people as this was happening, and most of them are still around on YouTube. It was just the coolest thing ever, and it was when you think, it's one of those things where you think if you ever have an opportunity to talk to one of your favorite celebrities, because I've done this in the past when I got to meet my favorite baseball player of all time, Chris Sable, for an example. You think if you're ever going to get an opportunity like this, that you're just going to fall all over yourself, you're not going to be able to speak, blah, blah, blah. But I honestly, at one point, forgot that I was talking to Emma. That's how natural and how fun the conversation went. And it was just fun, and it just proved how awesome it would be to hang out and be friends with Emma Watson. So yeah, that's my amazing experience of my Twitter conversation with Emma, which obviously that is my question for all of you in today's episode of FKVlogs Ask, is if you had an opportunity through social media or through texting, or if you won a contest and you got to talk to your favorite celebrity over Skype or Google Plus or on the phone, who would you want to talk to? Who would you want to spend time with? And why? And what would you want to talk to them about? And if you've had the opportunity, obviously just talk about that opportunity. You don't have to make up and create another one. But I would love to see Frankie, of course, and all of you do video responses on this. I think it would be a tremendous, engaging topic for the community. Dreams, celebrity experiences, and how you would spend them. I think it would just be so much fun to talk about and to do. So that is my question for today. And as I close out, what I wanted to tell you about Frankie that I've talked to you about in comments, and I think I emailed you about it too, so you probably know about it, but just in case this video just happened to be the first time you've ever heard me talk about it. I know the first time I ever suggested it was on your video about films I loved as a kid, which, by the way, I'm still planning on doing that one, but you forgot to give me the thumbnail for that one. So if you want to give me the thumbnail for that one, I'll do it. But you mentioned that you were struggling with coming up with ideas for discussion videos a lot, because it isn't always easy to come up with ideas. So my idea is, what if we change the name of the series from FKVlogs Ask to FKVlogs and Razman's Reality Ask Each Other. That way you don't always have to be the one kicking off a conversation. I can ask you a question first sometimes. You can do a video response to me, and maybe we'll get more engagement from the community that way, as opposed to this way, because they might see, oh, Frankie's responding to Raz, maybe I should respond to Raz too. And then other people think, oh, two of my favorite YouTubers are doing this, maybe I'll get involved in it. Much like I talked to James and Ian, and through their encouragement have joined them in Top 5 Fridays. And I was originally going to save this Top 5 list as a possible thing to do in Top 5 Fridays. So if you guys are planning on doing it, I'll just skip it that week and link people back to this video. But I just got excited about doing another FKVlogs Ask video, so I wanted to do the Top 5 Young Stars here in this one. But yeah, that's my hope for our collaboration, is that it gets the community back involved, interacting with each other more than just comments. So let me know if you like that idea. If not, we will just keep doing it this way. And of course, I will keep doing it this way anyway with any future discussion videos that you might bring to the table, my good pal. So with that, as always, please subscribe if you're new here and you like what you saw here today, because I would love to see you again. Thank you to my Patreon supporter, Indy and Maiden. Your support is greatly appreciated. And as always, this is reality according to the Razman. And Razman style is not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.